The mist rolls in thick and unyielding as the adventurers make their way down the cobblestone path into Barovia. The trees here are tall, their skeletal branches reaching out like twisted fingers, while a permanent, oppressive gloom hangs in the sky above. Old, decaying buildings line the streets, their windows shattered and doors creaking in the wind, the village seemingly abandoned. In the distance, you hear the toll of a solemn bell, resonating with an eerie, mournful tone that chills you to the bone, beckoning you deeper into the heart of this forsaken land.
I stride confidently ahead of the party, feeling the weight of the oppressive gloom. I raise one hand, a small glowing flame dancing on my fingertip, to light our way and ward off any lurking shadows. Stay close, everyone. We need to find the source of that bell.
I position myself at Pyra's side, hefting my shield to the ready, while scanning the surroundings for any threats that might be lurking in the shadows. Aye, lass, but let's keep our wits about us. This place reeks of danger.
I slip into the shadows, creeping along the side of a nearby building to scout ahead stealthily. I'll take a look. Hang tight.
I step forward, my pale eyes reflecting the ghostly light of Pyra's flame, and murmur a prayer to Kelemvor. The spectral image of a comforting yet sombre sigil of Kelemvor appears around the party, casting a protective ward. Even in this desolate place, remember, death's shadow is but a step behind us all.
As Wisp sneaks ahead, he spots the gentle flicker of torchlight emanating from the shattered window of a nearby derelict tavern, and hears the soft murmurs of hushed voices within. The scent of decay and mildew grows stronger, but there's a strange sweetness to the air as well, like rotting flowers. Suddenly, the heavy wooden door of the tavern creaks open, and a gaunt figure dressed in ragged, noble attire steps out, his pale, sunken eyes locking onto Pyra and Thoradin. "Welcome, travelers," he intones with a hollow, predatory smile, "to the last refuge of the lost."
I step forward, letting the small flame on my fingertip grow into a more brilliant light to illuminate the surroundings, casting long shadows on the gaunt figure. "We're not lost," I reply with a hint of defiance in my voice, "but perhaps you can help us find what we seek. Tell us, what's the source of that bell? What's the—"
I keep my shield raised, stepping slightly in front of Pyra to block any possible threat. With a firm grip on my axe, I stare down the gaunt figure. Aye, and speak quickly, lest I find another use for me axe.
I silently climb up the crumbling side of the tavern, peering through the shattered window to get a closer look at the source of the murmurs and identify who's inside. I'll get eyes on our new friends. Hang tight.
I step closer to the gaunt figure, my eyes locking onto his in a chilling gaze, and quietly intone a prayer to Kelemvor, casting Detect Undead. Your welcome is unnerving, stranger. Let us see what secrets lie beneath your ancient flesh.
The gaunt figure's smile widens unnaturally as Seraph's eyes glow with divine insight, revealing his true undead nature. With a flick of his rotting wrist, the doors of the tavern burst open, revealing a horde of shambling zombies within. Without warning, they lurch forward, their lifeless eyes fixed on the party as they charge. The gaunt figure cackles, "Welcome to Barovia, where lost souls find their eternal rest in our embrace." One zombie lunges at Pyra, and her flame illuminates its decaying features just before she scorches it to ashes with a flash of fiery magic. Thoradin's axe cleaves through another, its head rolling to the ground. Wisp, still unnoticed, readies his dagger from the shadows, while Seraph's eyes narrow with relentless determination, and she prepares her next prayer. The essence of dread tightens its grip around the party as the undead close in from all sides.
I raise my arms high, summoning a blazing wall of fire to encircle our party, creating a flaming barrier that the zombies must cross to reach us, adding risk but giving us a moment's respite. Let's see how eager they are to burn.
I square my shoulders, pushing ahead of the party and slamming my shield into the ground with a resounding clang. I roar with all the ferocity I can muster, using my intimidating presence to halt the zombies in their tracks. Back, ye mindless fiends, or I'll send ye back to the depths from whence ye came.
I silently drop to the ground behind the zombies, staying hidden in the shadows, and quickly maneuver to disable the gaunt figure with a poison dagger strike aimed at his back. Target the leader. They fall apart without him.
I step forward, my eyes focused and determined, invoking Kelemvor's name as I cast Turn Undead to compel the zombies to flee. Let the souls of the restless depart, for Kelemvor's justice decrees it.
The wall of fire blazes high, singeing the advancing zombies, forcing several of them into a smoldering retreat. Thoradin's roar radiates through the night, causing the weaker zombies to hesitate and stagger back. But still, they press on. Wisp's dagger finds its mark, stabbing the gaunt figure in the back. Dark, viscous blood oozes from the wound as he howls in rage, but doesn't fall. Seraph's divine light sweeps over the horde, causing many undead to drop to their knees in fear, scrambling away while others, driven by an unknown force, lunge blindly into the flames towards the party.
I see the gaunt figure still standing and decide that he needs to be taken out before he causes more trouble. I gather flames in my hands and release a concentrated burst of fire towards him, hoping to incinerate him where he stands. Burn for your sins!
I rush forward to the gaunt figure, raising my shield to bash him off balance and then swing my axe in a brutal overhead strike, aiming to cleave him in two. Your reign of terror ends now, undead scum!
Seeing the gaunt figure still standing, I quickly vanish back into the shadows, moving silently to position myself behind him again for another strike with my poisoned dagger to finish the job. One more for good luck.
I step close to Pyra, placing a hand on her shoulder and chanting a prayer to Kelemvor. Cast, bless, enhance her anger and those of Thoradin and Wisp. Salvation may come through fire. Let Kelemvor guide your...
The gaunt figure retaliates, his necrotic energy crackling as he chants an eldritch incantation, sending ghostly tendrils of black energy towards Thoradin in an attempt to drain his life force. At the same time, the remaining zombies, driven by desperation and hunger, hurl themselves into Pyra's flaming barrier, their decaying bodies igniting but continuing their relentless advance. One zombie manages to break through and claws at Seraph, its rotten nails raking across her arm, drawing blood. The gaunt figure, now burning from Pyra's flames, screeches, his eyes filled with madness and fury, but still he stands.
I narrow my eyes and focus the remaining flames in my hands, merging them into a searing beam of concentrated heat, aimed directly at the gaunt figure's head. Time to be reduced to ashes.
Using my shield to absorb the brunt of the necrotic energy, I barrel through the dark tendrils and charge at the gaunt figure. With a furious cry, I slam the edge of my shield into his chest, knocking him off balance, and then hack at his legs with my axe to cripple him. Year ends here, you ghastly wretch!
I melt into the shadows and reappear behind the gaunt figure, driving my poison dagger deep into the base of his skull with precision. Time's up, creep!
Grimacing in pain from the zombies' attack, I extend my hand towards the gaunt figure, invoking Kelemvor's wrath as I cast Inflict Wounds. Rest now, lost one, in the embrace of the eternal silence.
The gaunt figure shrieks as Wisp's dagger finds its mark, piercing the base of his skull. He stumbles, his necrotic energy flickering and dissipating as Seraph's divine wrath strikes true. Burning and collapsing under the combined assault, he crumbles into ashes before Pyra's blazing beam even reaches him, his twisted form scattering to the wind. The remaining zombies, leaderless and aflame, let out a final unified wail before collapsing into burning heaps. The fog thickens around the party, wrapping them in an oppressive silence, the eerie toll of the bell once again resuming its haunting call deeper within Barovia.
As the fog thickens and silence falls over the burning remnants of the undead, I lower my hands, the residual firelight fading. I look at my comrades with a fiery determination and turn my gaze toward the direction of the bell. We've dealt with the undead, but our true challenge awaits. Let's find that bell and end this nightmare. I begin to lead the party further into Barovia, the small flame on my fingertip reigniting to light our path.
I keep my shield up and take a few cautious steps forward, scanning the surroundings for any remaining threats. Let's move, but stay sharp. This cursed place might still have tricks up its sleeve.
I slip back into the shadows, staying close to Pyra and the rest, my eyes darting to every corner and crevice, looking for signs of any further threats or hidden traps as we move deeper into Barovia. I'll keep an eye out, don't want any more surprises.
I move to the center of the party, invoking Kelemvor's blessing once more to cast prayer of healing, a soft light enveloping each of us as our wounds begin to close and our strength returns. Murmuring softly, I say, "In the realm of the living, may we find respite from death's cold grip, for now."
As the party advances deeper into Barovia, the oppressive gloom intensifies, the air growing colder with each passing step. The cobblestone path becomes slick with moisture, and the echoing toll of the bell seems to lead you into the heart of the mists. Ahead, the outlines of a grand Gothic structure materialize through the fog, the imposing silhouette of a dark, foreboding church. From the church's open doorway, a figure garbed in tattered priestly robes stands motionless, holding a lantern that barely pierces the fog. His eyes, sunken and hollow, meet the party's as a shiver runs down your spines. "Seekers of solace," he whispers, his voice a low rasp. "The bell tolls for you. Enter, and find the answers you seek within."
I step closer to the priestly figure, drawing upon the warm, crackling flame at my fingertip to illuminate his features. "These answers better not come with more undead surprises," I say sternly, as I motion for the party to follow. "Lead the way, and mind your intentions. I won't hesitate to burn deceit to ashes."
I take a step towards the priestly figure, my shield raised defensively. With a piercing gaze and a growl in my voice, I warn him, "Aye, and if there's any treachery in your words, we'll show ye no mercy. Lead on, but know we're not afraid to fight."
I quietly slip around the sides of the church, moving stealthily to scout the area and peer through any openings or windows for clues about what's waiting inside. I'll see if our welcoming committee has any hidden surprises.
I move closer to the priestly figure, my gaze never leaving his hollow eyes. I subtly cast divine sense to detect any fiendish or undead presence within the church. Kelemvor's light pierces all darkness. Trust that your secrets will be unveiled.
The priestly figure's hollow eyes momentarily flicker with an unearthly glow, as Seraph's divine sense reveals an overwhelming presence of malevolent energy within the church. Wisp, peering through a shattered window, catches glimpses of dark shapes moving amidst the pews and a grand, sinister altar emanating a pulsing red light. The fog inside the church swirls with a sentient malice, and the oppressive air seems to whisper ancient, forbidden incantations. As you approach the threshold, the priest steps aside, his bony hand gesturing you inside. "The answers lie beyond," he hisses, "but they demand a price. Are you willing to pay?" The oppressive toll of the bell grows louder, as if it reverberates within your very souls.
I look at my companions, seeing their resolved faces, and then turn to face the priestly figure with the flame at my fingertip flaring brighter, casting harsh shadows on his hollow features. "We'll pay whatever price it takes to end this nightmare," I declare. With confidence and a small, reassuring smile, I stride boldly forward into the church, ready to face whatever malevolence lies within.
I tighten my grip on my shield and axe, stepping just behind Pyra as we move towards the entrance of the church. My eyes never leave the priestly figure, my voice gruff and unwavering as I speak. "Aye, we'll pay the price, but you better be sure you're ready to pay as if you're double-crossing us." I shoulder my way into the church, ready for whatever comes.
I stay concealed in the shadows as I move along the outer edge of the church, carefully examining the dark shapes moving within and seeking any signs of traps or hidden dangers that could catch us off guard. Let me see what malevolent secrets this place holds.
I step forward, my steps deliberate and calm, as I follow Pyra and Thoradin into the malevolent church, the echoes of Kelemvor's prayers in my thoughts. With a somber tone, I whisper, "In this sacred temple of misery and deceit, know that death's embrace is an unfailing truth." As I proceed, I cast protection from evil and good on myself to ward off the influences of the malevolent energy.